Good morning, everyone. I just wanted to jump on here this morning and speak a few words to you this morning in hopes that you have a good day on today. But I wanted to share something with you on this morning that happened to me. And you know, whenever God puts things on my heart and on my mind, I always like to speak out about it and just to share in prayers that it would encourage and inspire somebody else. And so I was talking to a friend of mine on last night, and I was like, you know, God keep putting these things in my head about, and the word that he's reminding me of on tonight is like educate. Like I just couldn't let go of that word in my mind. And what I found is that when God is speaking to you, that, you know, it's a constant thing. And he don't just speak to me. He speaks to many of us, you know, all of us. But some of us, we just don't adhere to his voice. I'll say that in what he is saying to us. But God is just always trying to remind us that he is present in our lives, you know, and we all serve different purposes. So mine and yours, not just mine, but yours as well, your purpose is greater than you could ever imagine. The purpose that God has for your life is greater than you could ever imagine. This is why you don't let people put destinations on you in your life. It's not about pleasing the people, it's about pleasing God. So when I am presented with words, I feel that God is validating me one more time. And that's his way of validating me in what he has blessed me with. And that is, just like you, ready for it? Testimony. God has validated you to be a testimony, just like he has me. So when he was talking about putting on my mind, educate. I come into the area, my office area this morning, and I sit down, because you know, as women, we all over the place with shoes. So I sit down, and then I lean back in my chair in the office, and guess what? There sits these degrees on the wall that God blessed me to get all 3 of my degrees. He blessed me with that. Not that to be boastful in myself, to be boastful in him. That he blessed me with the opportunity to get an education, but not for myself only, for others. His purpose for your life, his purpose for my life is not only for me. His purpose for your life is not only for you. His purpose is that you can take everything about you that he placed in you. See, all those opportunities, those promotions, that education, that raising of families, that being married and working alongside your spouses, all of that is God and his purpose in your life. Having children, he have a purpose for that. For lineage throughout the years. And you know what? When you feed into God's purpose, oh God, I thank you. I really do. Oh God, I thank you. Because you won't be selfish. It won't just be about you. When you spread your gifts that God so graciously gave you, all you can say is, oh God, I thank you. See, I don't want to be a selfish person. I never have wanted to be. I always wanted to be a giver. And God allowed giving to be a purpose over my life, with a reason, with a testimony, and do it with such graciousness and thankfulness for him. Educate yourself. Educate those around you. How do we do that? How do we fulfill that? How do we fulfill it? And that don't mean you got to have degrees on the wall. Education comes in so many ways. Just life alone will educate you. But you are not to take those experiences and those blessings to put your feet on somebody else's neck. You are to take those blessings to be a blessing to somebody else. You ought to take your purpose in life with God to be a blessing. Because until you can be a blessing to somebody else, you have not fulfilled God's purpose. Sometimes people will never tell you how you impacted their life while you were living. But they will remember it when you're no longer on this side. Because God will have them bring it up. He'll do that. You know, I thought about that this morning when God showed me, as I'm over here fooling with these shoes. And he shows me the wall. That's what my late husband, he told me, this is your office space. But remember this here, because he fixed the wall up. This is the wall. To remind you, every time you start beating yourself up about it getting too hard, when you was getting that master's, oh, my husband, he would pray with me all the time. All the time. Put that book down. Let's move from by that computer. Come here. I want to hold you and pray over you. And we would stand over in the kitchen, in the living room. And I would just get up and go to him. Such a blessing. He was such a blessing over my life. He was going to make sure I got that master's degree. Because his thing was, why be married to me and you know better off than when you married me? A man comes into a woman's life so that she can be better than she was. Not that she already wasn't good, but you want to make her better. You want to help her and open up more avenues for her and in her life. And I tell you, this man was more excited about me getting that master's probably than I was. I wanted it. Oh, Lord. Oh, God, I wanted it. And God blessed me. But when I saw that excitement in him for me, oh, God, I thank you. I thank you for such a man as I had as a husband. And y'all know what? He still watches over me. He's still right here in my heart. And that's not just with me. That is with many widows today. And not just spouses, people, your mothers, your fathers, people you've lost in your life on this side. And all you have is their memories and their love in your heart. They in your heart. To always remind you, God, you loved me, but God loved me more. But not only that, I'm with you, but more than anything, God is still with you. He never left you. He never forsake you. And he's going to always remind you how great he is. Because he'll always give you a reason to go a little bit further in life. To fulfill what? His purpose over your life. So I say to you guys, hey, you have a purpose, and your purpose is greater than you would ever think or ever come to believe. But don't you ever be selfish with the purpose. Because guess what? If God didn't give those things to you that you are doing and you're striving so hard for, because if God didn't give them to you, you're not going to treat people right. See, you will find yourself being happy and excited about somebody else's struggle when you're selfish. But when you know that you know God, when you know that your purpose have been given to you by God, you will relish in that thing. You will become excited in it. You will be excited for others, and you want to give away everything that God put in you to somebody else so that they can prosper and move forward out of those things in life that they struggle with. Okay? I just wanted to share that with you this morning because God laid that word on my heart. Educate, educate, educate. In other words, what I did for you, that purpose. See, I always knew I wanted to go to college. I just didn't fully understand what I was to do to get in there. But you know what? God showed me. And I did it. With the help of many. With the prayers of many. My family. My daughter. You know, my husband. My late husband. And my dad saw me get my first degree, which was my associate. He saw me achieve that, but he didn't see me get the others. But God always put people there to help me through. In my family, especially my daughter, when I started working on my bachelor's, she was right there with me. Times when I sat down and cried. And my daughter, I love her to sing to me. Oh my God. And then my husband and my daughter joined in when I started working in my master's. But oh, how I thank God for so many who helped me to make it. And oh God, how I thank you. Every time I look at that wall that my husband put, he set it up. He put everything up. He designed my office area. Oh, how I thank God. Oh, how I thank God. Y'all have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful day. I'm just tickled. I'm so tickled with joy.